Welcome and good morning, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining us for our eighth annual STEM Education Day at the Capitol. It is truly a great day in South Carolina when we can come together to participate in and really showcase the STEM education work that's going successfully in our state. Today, we're being joined by those who not only want to learn more about STEM education and how to advocate for such, but we're also joined by our great leaders in STEM education, those who provide resources, as well as those who are exemplary in their STEM education efforts. My name is Dr. Regina Ragg-Cyphra. I serve as the chair of the advisory board for the South Carolina Coalition for Math and Science, and I am very pleased to serve as your mistress of ceremonies this morning. However, before we get started, I'd like for us to please give a round of applause for our South Carolina Coalition for Mathematics and Science for organizing our 8th annual STEM Education Day. So while our first guest is not here with us quite yet, we'll move forward in our program and introduce our second speaker. Ms. Kinsley Green is a senior at Fairfield Central High School who intends to major in biomedical engineering in the fall. She is involved in several healthcare, advocacy, and service groups, including Student Government Association, Beta Club, NAACP, and Future Health Professionals of America. For fun, this young lady enjoys running, drawing, studying, reading, crocheting, and playing the trumpet. Kinsley is interested in research pertaining to neurotechnology and inflammatory diseases, as well as rural health. Kinsley is a fan of all things STEM and enjoys spreading her love of the field with girls across the state as a board member of the Million Women Mentors. Please welcome Ms. Kinsley Green to the podium.
Good morning. So I will now be reading the South Carolina Governor's Proclamation. Whereas the Palmetto State is committed to providing its next generation of leaders with a rigorous, well-rounded education, and whereas science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, are recognized as world-class knowledge to be mastered by our graduates of South Carolina schools, and whereas STEM learning in schools in a wide variety of formal and informal learning settings promotes critical thinking skills, leadership, curiosity, persistence, entrepreneurship, and more. And whereas STEM learning is enhanced by dedicated and well-prepared teachers, mentors, and volunteers. And whereas partnerships between education, industry, and community are key to promoting, supporting, and improving STEM education in South Carolina. And whereas South Carolina's economy, including life sciences, information technology, logistics, protecting our natural heritage, and energy resilience relies on a STEM-capable workforce. And whereas it is important to recognize the contributions of families, educators, employers, and volunteers in creating and supporting STEM-focused learning and career opportunities. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of Henry Dargan McMaster, Governor of the great state of South Carolina, do hereby declare April 2nd, 2025 as STEM Education Day throughout the state, and encourage all South Carolinians to join me in recognizing the positive impact of STEM education and STEM educators on the quality of life in the residents of the Palmetto State. Thank you.
So you heard it here. Today is officially STEM Education Day in South Carolina. I'd like to also take a moment to acknowledge all of our viewers in Facebook Live land. Thank you for joining us from all across the United States to celebrate STEM Education Day here in South Carolina. The Growing in STEM grant provides educators with access to funding to complete innovative STEM projects in their classrooms. Annually, 5 schools and educators who spearhead each project are chosen to receive up to $2,500. Join us in celebrating these trailblazers and their dedication to transforming STEAM education in South Carolina. As I call your name to the podium, will you please come and share your project with us? Brittany Clark from McKissick Academy. Congratulations.
McKissick Academy of Science and Technology is so honored to accept this grant. First graders at McKissick Academy in Easley will transform into avionic engineers as they tackle a real-world challenge. They will communicate with a pilot after the air traffic control station has lost its ability to transmit sound. Through the engineering design process, students will design and test a light-based communication system to help the pilot land safely. Through this project, they will master the rigorous standards in science on waves and their application.
Throughout the unit, students will engage in math, science, technology, and art. They will analyze flight data, map runway layouts, and creatively engineer communication tools. They will deepen critical thinking, collaboration, and problem-solving skills, which are hallmarks of the profile of a South Carolina graduate. Their deliverables are functioning signal devices, data-driven graphs, and hands-on experiments. This project will culminate in a field trip where students will present their solutions and receive feedback from real airport personnel. This project is a model for STEAM education that is hands-on, relevant, and unforgettable. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to Ms. Clark and the students at McKissick Academy. Our next awardee is Tracy Elmore and Crystal Blanton from Lugoff Elgin Middle.
Good morning. It's an honor to celebrate the power of STEM education in South Carolina and the impact on our students, our schools, and our communities, and the future workforce. Thanks to Growing in STEM grants, we're able to bring hands-on learning to our students and families with our Math in Motion STEAM Family Night. This event turns math into real-world experiences, designing structures, solving engineering challenges, and creating artistic patterns, aligning with South Carolina's STEAM competencies and the profile of South Carolina graduate.
Through Math in Motion, we're making math approachable, relevant, and exciting. We are igniting curiosity and innovation in students. With the Growing in STEAM grant support, we are able to prove that math isn't just a subject. It is a tool for endless possibilities. Thank you for investing in our students' bright futures.
We are honored, and I'm honored to be a principal that can support a program like this and people that provide this for us, because it's important for administrators to also know that it is our role to make sure that this happens all across South Carolina in every one of our schools. Thank you guys so much.
Our next awardee is April Tompkinson from Johnson Edgefield Trenton Middle. Unfortunately, Ms. Tompkinson is unable to join us, but we know that you're watching us live today, and she wanted me to share about their program. 8th grade students will apply math skills in a real-world setting as they explore the natural curiosities of our solar system. To gain a better understanding of the vast distances between objects in our solar system and the size of these objects, Students will evaluate information about the planets in our solar system, as well as use common objects such as exercise balls, marbles, golf balls, softballs, baseballs, etc., to create a scaled model of the solar system. Students will use these models to estimate ratios of sizes and distances between objects in our solar system. Again, we thank you all for being here in Facebook land, and we congratulate you on your Growing in STEM Award grant. Our next awardee is Meredith Craven from Loris Middle School. Okay. Our next awardee, oh, I apologize. You were just in the back. Please welcome Meredith to the podium. Congratulations.
Our grant for Loris Middle School is for flower farming. Our students will not only learn about agribusiness, they'll also learn about design of floral concepts, as well as environmental substances that affect the soil and things like that. We're very welcome, looking forward to implementing it. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, our next awardee is Deborah Smith from Buford Elementary.
Thank you. I am really excited that our grant was funded. It's called STEAM Through the Lowcountry. I live in Buford. I teach at Buford Elementary, and it's in the middle of historic downtown Buford and directly across from the Intercoastal Waterway. And many people come there to enjoy the things that we have to offer and all the learning that can happen. However, Buford Elementary is a Title I and a community eligibility school, which means that more than 75% of our students are from poverty, so their families do not have the resources to expose them to all the things that we have. So this grant, Steaming Through the Lowcountry, is going to allow our third grade students to go on 4 field trips to the Hunting Island State Park, to the Port Royal Foundation Maritime Center, to the Southern Rose Historic Carriage Tours, and to the Coastal Expedition Buford Dolphin and Historic Tours. One time, 3 summers ago, our summer school kids were fortunate enough to go to a field trip to the beach. Friends of Hunting Island took them, and the kids got to see the turtles and the lighthouse and learn about shells and do a marsh walk. They were so excited, and some of the kids said it was the best day they had ever had. They had never been to the beach and lived just a stone's throw away from it forever. So they're going to get to experience these things, and then we're going to come back to the classroom and tie them into the curriculum of science and math and reading and writing and prepare them. We chose third grade because it's the first year that takes the big state test, and we'll prepare them for that, and we're very appreciative to have this grant. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to all 5 of our awardees. It just goes to show you that STEM education is happening all across our state and providing opportunities for all with workforce development opportunities. Hung Tao Tang is an associate professor of learning design and technologies at the University of South Carolina. His research interests address the intersection of self-regulated learning, multimodal data analytics, and artificial intelligence in education. Specifically, Dr. Tang applies multimodal data analytics to understand how learners regulate collaborative problem solving in technology-enhanced learning environments, thereby creating AI-driven scaffolding to facilitate learners' outcomes towards STEM careers. His research projects have been funded by multiple agencies, such as the National Science Foundation and the Department of Education. Please welcome to the podium, Dr. Tang.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm so honored to be here to join you celebrating STEM education for our state. I'm so honored to work in this capacity, and I'm so honored here to represent our College of Education at the University of South Carolina. STEM education has been increasingly important for our everyday life. We use STEM knowledge to solve the problems, to address the challenges, and as educators, prepare our students ready, career ready, and future ready is central to our job responsibilities. Throughout my research project and also teaching experience, I have been so honored to work with excellent, awesome colleagues in different STEM education projects. One of the key focus is to provide the education focus on the smart manufacturing to get our students ready for smart manufacturing jobs. You know, smart manufacturing has been increasingly important in our state. It brings the investment and also created the job opportunities. It is important for our educators to get our students ready for those opportunities. I'm honored to work with Dr. Rami Harik. We have been creating different support programs and also school outreach programs to help our IC students to get ready for their smart manufacturing careers. And I have been also honored to work with some colleagues in our college, and especially from the Institute of Rural Education. We have been exploring different options to provide advanced technology education for our rural students. I think Dr. Matt Irwin and also Dr. Devin Mack is also here. So we have been exploring different strategy and also programs to support our rural students and the rural schools. For sure, to accomplish all of the STEM education achievements, we need to support our teachers, and teachers who drive the success of STEM education. So I have been honored to work with our Carolina CREATE at the University of South Carolina. We have been dedicated to provide personalized professional development for teachers, and we recently we are going to launch the AI macro credentials to support AI professional development and also support teachers teaching with AI in their classrooms. Last but not least, thanks to the leadership by our Dean, Dr. Tommy Hodges, and also Associate Deans, Dr. Angie Baum, and also Dr. Ali Brand, we have been accomplishing a lot in the teacher education. We have exciting initiatives like the SC Teachers, Carolina TAPE, Carolina CAP. We have been working hard to support our teachers through their teaching careers, help with their retentions. Overall, I'm so honored to represent all of the effort here. I know I have reflected a lot about the achievements, but in the next few years, I know as Euro we will face challenges, but I also clearly know with all of you here, we will turn the challenges into opportunities. Let's continue to work together to convert the technology as a medium for us to empower our students and also our future workforce. So let's work together to make our STEM education even better. Maybe we can celebrate, for sure we'll celebrate next year in here at the STEM Education Day for our state. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Tang, for sharing such exciting opportunities, not only for our learners with AI-driven education, but also our educators at both the in-service and pre-service level. Our next speaker is Chris Colby, who is our National K-12 Practice Leader, focused on developing forward-thinking classrooms that support emerging teaching pedagogies, enhancing students' career readiness, and in his own words, making school fun again. He enjoys finding unique ways to positively impact education through smart design and is consistently on the leading edge when it comes to the latest trends in cultivating flexible spaces for individualized learning. A visionary leader and trailblazer with a notable track record of securing firm, defining wins, he leverages a strategic mindset to generate impactful approaches for long-term business and expansion goals. He's also a strong advocate for the 10X rule, a principle of massive action developed by New York Times bestselling author Grant Cardone. Want to learn more? Ask Chris after today's session. He'll be happy to tell you about it after today's celebration. Please welcome to the podium, Chris Colby.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to stand here today at STEM Day at our Capitol, surrounded by students, educators, industry leaders, and advocates who are shaping the future of South Carolina. Today, we celebrate the power of STEM and its critical role in building a brighter, stronger tomorrow. STEM education is the backbone of innovation. It equips our students with skills to solve real-world problems, from designing sustainable energy solutions to advancing medical breakthroughs. Here in South Carolina, where industries like manufacturing, aerospace, and technology thrive, STEM isn't just a subject, it's a pipeline to opportunity. It's how we prepare our kids to lead a world that is changing faster than ever. And it starts with giving them the tools, curiosity, and the spaces to dream big. As a K-12 architect, I see firsthand how STEM education comes to life in the environments that we create. My work is about designing schools that inspire spaces and places where a science lab can spark a question, a makerspace can fuel a prototype, or a classroom layout can encourage collaboration. I think about how a building can support a teacher leading robotics lesson, or a student sketching their first architectural design. It's not just about walls and roofs. It's about crafting spaces that reflect the limitless potential of STEM learning. Every design I create is a chance to support the next generation of innovators, our kids, our students, our future. Events like STEM Day at the Capitol remind us why this matters. When bringing together students, teachers, educators, and leaders, we're not just showcasing projects, we're building a community committed to progress. I'm proud to be part of South Carolina's ecosystem where we all play a role in lifting STEM education higher. So, to the students here, keep exploring, keep asking why, and know what you're learning today will shape tomorrow. To the educators and partners, thank you for your tireless work. And to our legislators, your support for STEM keeps this engine running. Together, we're designing a future where every child can thrive. Thank you and happy STEM Day.
And thank you, Chris, for doing your part in making learning fun again. Gabrielle Jennings is a junior with dual enrollment at Midlands Valley High School and Aiken Technical College, where she will graduate with a certified medical assistance degree. Gabby is involved in several student organizations that prepare emerging leaders interested in health and biomedical sciences, like HOSA, DECA, and FBLA. Most recently, Gabby has been accepted into Success STEAM Foundation for Youth Development, focused on enhancing and exposing youth to educational and professional opportunities. After graduating, Gabby plans to attend college and major in nursing, specializing in the care of mothers and newborns during the labor and delivery process. Gabby enjoys reading, volunteering, babysitting, cooking, spending time with loved ones, and clinicals. Gabby is very intelligent, independent, and a bright young lady who loves to be involved in her community. Will you please welcome Gabrielle Jennings to the podium?
Dear students, supporters of STEM education, I wish I could be with you all today to celebrate another STEM Education Day at South Carolina State House. I hope this letter can express my excitement for a bright future ahead of you in our state. South Carolina is a place of opportunity, and nowhere is that more evident is in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We see growth all around us in various industries. I know South Carolina educators are working day and night to ensure our students will be ready in our knowledge.
You guys know how technology misbehaves at the most inopportune moment. Give us just one moment.
I don't think it's touchscreen.
And y'all, let's give her a round of applause for being brave enough to read a letter from our state superintendent, Ellen Weaver. Thank you.
We see a growth all around us in various industries. I know our South Carolina educators are working day and night to ensure our students will be ready with knowledge and skills needed for a career in STEM. Right now, there are more than 140,000 tech employees in South Carolina. In the last 3 years, dozens of existing manufacturers have announced expansions in our state and more moving in Palmetto State. This means more jobs, more innovation, and more chances for you all to make an impact here in your home state. To the educators, mentors, industry professionals here today, thank you. Your dedication to providing students with the tools in their toolbox to succeed extends far beyond the classroom. You are helping build a stronger, more competitive South Carolina. To all the students, a STEM education goes beyond learning, equations, or coding. It is about solving real-world problems, building technologies, and shaping industries that we can't even begin to imagine. The skills you will learn will open doors to careers that are not only rewarding, but can be transformative for you, your family, and your community. No matter where you are, come from, what challenge you face, and know that your curiosity, hard work, and passion for learning can take you farther than you could ever imagine. South Carolina is investing in STEM because we believe in you. We believe in your potential, your ideas, your ability to drive our state forward and into the future. Keep dreaming, keep learning, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. For with warm regrets, Ellen Weaver, State Superintendent of Education.
We want to thank you, Superintendent Weaver, for your letter of support. We know that you wish you could be here today, and we also thank you, Ms. Gabrielle, for standing in and reading her letter on her behalf. Lauren Duras is a seasoned educator with over a decade of experience in advancing instructional skills and leading professional development for fellow educators. After transitioning to a technical assistance role with the U.S. Department of Education, she contributed to the Comprehensive State Literacy Development Grant by designing professional learning activities, authorizing instructional modules, and organizing national gatherings. Now, as a state manager for Learning Blade, Lauren equips teachers with tools to integrate career awareness into the classroom. She holds a bachelor's and master's degree in curriculum, assessment, and instruction from Bowling Green State University. Please welcome to the podium, Lauren Duras.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning. At Learning Blade, we love to say you can't be what you can't see. So we bring STEM education and high-demand careers to the forefront of middle school classrooms. In celebration of SC STEM Month, we held a competition with Learning Blade teachers where we saw how many teachers could engage with both our online content and our offline content, bringing STEM careers to the forefront of their classrooms this spring. Our winner was Kelly Sprinkles. She was not able to attend today, but on her behalf, her colleague Amy Baldwin is here to accept this award. Kelly Sprinkles teaches engineering, design, and modeling at Rawlings Middle School of the Arts in Dorchester, too. Kelly not only gets this lovely poster, but she's also going to receive a For the Win Robotics drone. And I talked to Kelly on Monday, and her students are most excited about designing obstacle courses for the drone to fly through, and they're going to name it, and each different class is going to hold a competition to see who can get their drone through the course the fastest. So congratulations, Kelly. Thank you, Amy. And thank you all for being here and celebrating STEM Month with us.
Thank you, Learning Blade, for awarding great STEM education in our state. Mac Devine is the Executive Director of Brief and a retired IBM Fellow. He received degrees from Clemson University and MIT. Mac's 32 years with a career at IBM included several key roles: CTO and VP for IBM's Advanced Innovation and Emerging Technology Division, as well as the IBM executive for Clemson University and MIT. Mac is an accomplished speaker and author on a wide variety of topics, but is best known for his expertise in cloud computing and the Internet of Things. In 2006, Mac gained the designation of IBM Master Inventor, and in 2009, he was appointed to IBM's prestigious Academy of Technology. In 2016, Mac gained IBM's highest technical recognition with his appointment as IBM Fellow. Mac retired from IBM in August 2021 to become the Executive Director of Blue Ridge Innovation and Entrepreneurship Foundation that provides technical training and career guidance to underprivileged kids in South Carolina's upstate. Will you please welcome to the podium Mac Devine.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to tell you about what we're doing at Brief. That's what we call it, because we have a very brief period of time to impact these kids. These kids that are growing up in the cycle of poverty many times have been labeled. They've been labeled poor, they've been labeled slow, they've been labeled, not able to do things. And what we want to do is we want to provide this kind of light bulb moment for them so they realize that they do have a future, they do have an opportunity. Just like the Learning Blade folks said, you can't be what you can't see. Most of these kids don't even know what a career is. They don't understand why they're learning science, technology, engineering, and math. So what we're trying to teach them is give them access and opportunity through hands-on learning so that they can understand the technical side, but at the same time, where it's just as valuable for them is to learn how to do teamwork. Many of these kids have never been on a team. They don't know how to work together as a team. They don't know how to communicate well. They don't know how to problem solve and do critical thinking. You would think kids growing up in trauma, whether that's economic trauma or physical abuse, etc., would be very resilient. But what we found is these kids tend to think that failure is final and that they don't have an opportunity to succeed. They've been told that they can't do things, that it's not possible. And what we're trying to do is give them insight by bringing the community together and working with the schools. We are in the upstate, so we're primarily working with Pickens County, Oconee County, and Greenville County schools. And what we're trying to do is do after-school care programs to give these kids access and opportunity, to tell them that failure is not final. And like I tell the kids, failure is your first opportunity towards success. And that's what we're trying to instill in these kids, trying to make them realize that by being entrepreneurial in nature and innovative, that means failing a lot. When I was at IBM, when we did advanced innovation and emerging tech, if I funded 10 projects and 7 of them failed, that was good because 3 of them succeeded. All right? That is not how the world tends to think, but that is how the world works. And so when you're doing that with kids, you hold them to a challenge and they will rise to that challenge. Many times we have our expectations far too low. If we expect the kid only to get here, they're not going to get any higher than that. But if we push the kid with additional challenges and they get more and more confidence, they will go a lot further than even they thought they would. And so that's what we're trying to do. So I really appreciate the opportunity to tell you about what we're doing with our kids. Last year, we did 350 kids in the upstate. This year, we're going to be about 550. But I have to turn kids away because I don't have enough resources. So if you're in the upstate and you want to volunteer, please come my way because I'd love to work with you. Thank you.
Lylan Hester is a member of Google's Global Community Impact Team and specializes in artificial intelligence. She formerly led public policy, government, external and community relations in the Southeast. As an Army brat, Lylan attended schools throughout South Carolina in Charleston, Columbia, and Beaufort, and her mother is a Columbia native. She is a former journalist and communications professional. Lylan is also an avid gardener. She is a graduate of the UNC campus, the Charlotte campus of the University of North Carolina. Will you please welcome Lylan Hester to the podium?
All right, good morning. How is everybody? I will not tarry long, I promise. So first of all, I'd like to thank so much Representative Davis for putting STEM Day together. I remember the first time she did it 8 years ago, and Google is so happy to have been part of it from day one up until today. And also to the Superintendent Weaver of Education. Superintendent Weaver, thank you so much for your leadership as well. So we are here to talk about STEM. Now, for myself, I've always considered myself a student and started from pre-K through infinity. At Google, we have something called Google Career Certificates, and I have 7 AI certifications. Now, some folks was like, why so many? And it's like, well, part of my job was that I would have to explain what AI is to people who had no idea what it was. To some folks, they think AI is new. It's been around. And some folks, they think, well, we just don't understand it. We need more information. And I was like, there is educational opportunities available in the form of Google Career Certificates. And if you go to Coursera, you'll see them there. So South Carolina is becoming and is an innovation hub. That's why Google is here. The talent is here. To the young people who are in the room, we're hiring, but it takes for you to understand what STEM is and why it is so important. I was one of those students who cried in statistics class. I was a person who was a lover of the liberal arts, and I have become a strong lover of science and math as well. So in South Carolina, Google has a data center in Berkeley County, and we're also building a data center in Dorchester County. This represents over $7 billion of economic investment into the great state of South Carolina. We had a groundbreaking last year, and that was an additional $3.3 billion. And of course, we are hiring. So what we have here in South Carolina is a Google Cloud region. So think about the potential for having us here, and especially with regards to AI. That is important for healthcare, personalized treatments, and think about what that could do to productivity and for a boost in the economy. So through our community investments, we're at $1.6 million of investment, and that includes energy affordability and $600,000 towards watershed health. This aligns with our sustainability efforts. Google is 100% carbon free, and we're on our way to becoming carbon neutral. So in Berkeley County, I've had the pleasure of working with the CTO of the Berkeley County School District for many, many years. And some of those projects includes providing Wi-Fi on school buses so that kids can do their homework to and from school. It also includes a rural resource hub where we work with different community partners. And with this, we put in a lot of opportunities, including computer labs and different centers so folks can do work. They can search for jobs. So here in South Carolina, the global home is, I don't know if y'all know this, South Carolina is the global home for cornhole. So we have a company here that uses Gemini and also Google Drive to help organize their video library, which saves them hundreds and hundreds of hours when it comes to writing captions and review. Also in South Carolina, we have 2 subsea cable projects, and we have Google Fiber, so you can have high-speed internet. But most importantly, why I'm here today is to really make sure that you all continue to always be a student, to never stop learning. It doesn't stop. For me, it's ongoing. My new role is more global, so I'll be working to make sure that in communities where we have a presence, that they understand the importance of artificial intelligence. Continuous learning is very, very important. And as we explore the vast possibilities of that in STEM, the future is ours to build. It is our future, and so let's build it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila, for sharing how Google is supporting educators and their learners in building their futures together. Millabeth Curry has been dedicated to successfully developing experiences connecting all of her students to vital STEM skills and fulfilling careers. Her career in education has been filled with innovation. Most recently, she was named as our 2024 South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year. Millabeth has been an educator for over 33 years after graduating with her Bachelor of Arts from Tulane University and her Master of Science from Loyola University. Millibeth designed the after-school program, Women in Charge, Women Engineering Their Lives for Adolescent Girls, because middle school is a treacherous time when adolescent females begin to fall behind their male counterparts in science and math education. And she would like for them through this program to fully appreciate their potential for STEM careers. Will you please welcome to the podium our 2024 STEM Educator of the Year, Millibeth Curry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to address everyone today on the matter of a tremendous importance for our state's future. I stand before you with profound gratitude to the South Carolina Coalition of Mathematics and Science for creating the South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year program and award, because this initiative actually recognizes the excellence that provides that foundation for our economic success in our state and our country. So what a grand opportunity. This year has offered me opportunities to learn and to be heard by our community leaders. So first of all, I am thankful for being able to connect with lawmakers. You know, being able to answer questions about the use of AI and how we can use it as a teaching tool in the classroom. What are the best practices so we can advise our students so they're using it ethically. Also, I enjoyed working with community members, and the fact that community members saw videos, commercials, news stories throughout the year highlighting what my students and other STEM educators and students at my school are accomplishing was powerful. This new awareness diffused into the general public and into the business community, truly creating a domino effect. I found it rewarding speaking to stakeholders and professional leaders about the importance of mentorship. I was able to help them understand, no matter what field they're in, the power of their encouragement and positive leadership really changes the lives for better. They sometimes can see the potential in someone, and I was able, with my own, being in this position, to get their attention and say, speak up and mentor. It will change the trajectory of a student's or young person or young professional's life. Parents began to understand there is no STEM brain or STEM person. Instead, they were eager to hear about ways their unintentional messaging may influence their learner to withdraw from new challenges. Being able to stop that cycle was incredible. Creating new programs also with other STEM Educator of the Year finalists and extending the programming was dynamic. So you must understand that that educators are a vital gear in the STEM workforce ecosystem. They are part of the gears of innovation. By celebrating the best STEM educators, we show the world how their guidance, their influence, and those first steps will directly improve problem solvers in our own workforce and greater success in our state's economy. The numbers tell a compelling story. The total economic impact in South Carolina STEM and tech industry is over $80 billion. This statistic isn't just a number. It represents opportunity, innovation, and prosperity for our state. Now, South Carolina faces two converging challenges for the future of its students and the workforce. First, to be honest, we face a critical shortage of educators, particularly in STEM areas. STEM is the very subject that will determine our competitiveness and our competitive edge in decades to come. The second challenge is we must acknowledge the rapidly changing nature of jobs, requiring an advanced understanding of STEM and the content areas related to it and the problem-solving skills needed to tackle the complex challenges. To meet the demands of our evolving economy, South Carolina will need significant increase in the number of STEM educators, and the future of our children truly depends on it. The STEM Educator of the Year Award activates our STEM commitment. These exceptional teachers that are the finalists and the grant winners provide excellent curriculum, encourage lifelong learning, and inspire a passion for STEM in the future. All of our finalists exemplify the true passion for STEM education that ignites curiosity in the young mind. They inspire students to see that STEM is all around us, connecting the classroom learning to real-world applications. So in closing, I ask all of you to continue supporting initiatives like the STEM Educator of the Year finalists and the grant recipients that celebrate excellence in teaching and inspire educators to reach even more and higher heights. Students should be encouraged to pursue what is difficult. South Carolinians, and besides being able to pursue what is difficult and what will challenge them, they need to be taught to chase what they are afraid of it. Catch it, conquer it. Helplessness is not a pathway we should offer any child in our state or country. By investing in the STEM education today, we're securing South Carolina's economic prosperity for tomorrow. Every dollar spent, every word said on developing quality STEM education produces and returns in workforce development, innovation, and the quality of life in our state. Our teachers light the spark of curiosity in our children. Let us fuel that spark with our unwavering support so it may grow into the flame of innovation that will guide South Carolina into a bright and prosperous future. So thank you so much, and continue your hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Curry, for being a representation of all the educational leaders who are doing the work of challenging our students to excel in transdisciplinary learning in the state. Ken Reynolds is the Director of Corporate and Community Affairs with Bojangles Restaurants Incorporated and Executive Director of the Bojangles Foundation. His primary role with the iconic Southern restaurant brand is to evaluate, negotiate, and recommend partnerships that are in line with the company's mission and core values, as well as community service outreach, supporting the brand's community service plan. Ken has been employed with Bojangles for 30 years and has served in multiple roles of increasing responsibility with the marketing and insights development. Before his career at Bojangles, he was a full-time business technology instructor for 10 years. Please welcome a friend to STEM education, Ken Reynolds, to the podium.
Good morning, South Carolina STEM finalists and special guests. It is truly an honor to be here today with you on behalf of the Bojangles Foundation board members and over 7,500 Bojangles team members. We congratulate you for being selected to represent your regions for the 2025 South Carolina STEM Teacher of the Year. The Bojangles Foundation recognizes the need for everyone to support the education of our youth, from individuals to businesses, organizations. That is why we have supported the South Carolina STEM Teacher of the Year program for 4 years. I began my career 40 years ago as a teacher at a state vocational technical school in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. At that time, we called most fields of study that are now STEM classes as technical education classes. During that time, I was privileged to be able to have all students in my class for computer technology, and wow, has it changed in 40 years. The phone in my pocket now does everything on command that I taught in my classroom. And it will even let me FaceTime you almost anywhere that you are on earth. But you know, it still takes STEM education to be able to do everything my phone is capable of doing. Last year, I was able to attend the North Carolina Center for Advancement in Teaching Beginning Teacher of the Year program. When I walked into the room, I saw these beautiful displays of villages that had been built by the team members. At first, I thought, whoa, this was a great art display. But soon I found out that they were all given the same materials to build a village. But what they were not told is that the village would need to be able to withstand weather, severe storms, and earthquakes. So a little extra glue and foundation support would have been needed in their construction. This, of course, was an example of how science, technology, engineering, and math all work together. This year, the Bojangles Foundation would like to provide each finalist with some tools to use in your classrooms to help motivate learning of STEM education. The Reading Warehouse in Charleston, South Carolina has partnered with us to provide each finalist with the $100 shopping spree to the Reading Warehouse so that you can pick out your own books to use in your classroom by the subject matter that you teach and the grade level that you teach. And of course, Bojangles wants to keep you nourished with a little bit of food, so we are providing a $100 gift card to each finalist. The winner also will receive a $1,000 from the Bojangles Foundation and $500 in Bojangles gift cards so that you can eat as you travel the state. So thank you so much for your phenomenal service to our youth. And again, congratulations. Today and every day is Bo time for teachers. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you, Bojangles, for the great gifts to our STEM education finalists. I know we are getting excited. We're almost at that time. However, prior to, I'd like to bring someone up who most likely needs no introduction, as she has served in our House of Representatives since 2016. She grew up in a family of small business owners, earned a STEM degree, and enjoyed a 31-year career at Electric Utility Organization. As well as being a wife and a mother, she serves the people of South Carolina House District 100 with common sense and conservative ideals. Her current areas of focus include ensuring continued job and economic growth and improving the quality of public education. Please welcome someone who just joined us from the session, our Representative Celeste Davis.
Thank you very much. So my day-to-day is starting off better than yesterday. Yesterday, I was in a rush and went over to the Palmetto Club because I was meeting with some pediatricians, and I went barging in the door, and Pamela Evett was there and other dignitaries with lots of cameras, and I quickly realized that I was in the wrong room. So anyway, my day today is starting off better. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm happy that you're here to celebrate STEM education with us. You've got plenty of backing in the House and in the Senate. And so, you know, I'm just so happy to be here. As you all know, right? STEM education is becoming more and more important. Hi, I see somebody I know there. With the jobs coming into South Carolina, they're high-tech jobs. We're going to need high-tech students, and our students are up for the challenge. And so I'm just very, very happy to be here. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for continuing your effort to teach our students and help them get through their education and doing whatever they do want to do. So Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Representative Davis. Our next platform guest will actually be the one to introduce our STEM Education Teacher of the Year finalist for this particular year. A South Carolina native born in Charleston, South Carolina, Sean Barnes was raised in Rock Hill, and he and his family currently live in York. He graduated from Clemson in 2004 with a bachelor's degree in psychology. Sean has been at Comporium since 2006, holding positions that have ranged from construction and operations to economic development to public relations. His current role at Comporium is Vice President of Corporate Communications and Business Development. In this capacity, he oversees corporate philanthropy, community engagement, communication strategy, and network expansion strategy. Sean also serves as Corporate Secretary for the company's Board of Directors. Please welcome to the podium, Sean Barnes.
Good morning. It is both a pleasure and an extreme honor to be with you this morning to introduce this year's South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year finalists. I'm going to call each of them up one by one and let them introduce themselves, and then we have a platform, and I believe Ken has some things he'd like to give them as well. So let us begin with Angelique Piotrowski. Angelique is a math teacher at Green Upstate High School out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. She's in her 17th year of teaching and is this year's finalist from Region 1.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Angelique Piotrowski, as he said, a math teacher at Green Upstate High School, and I'm both humbled and honored to stand before you as the finalist for Region 1. My STEM platform is simple. STEM is for everyone. Yet too often, students believe they are either wired for STEM or they are not. This is not only a myth, it's harmful. It convinces students to give up before they even try. My mission is to erase that belief and replace it with the truth. STEM is not about being born with a certain aptitude. It's about effort, growth, and opportunity. I know this because I lived it. As a child, I struggled with math. I doubted myself, but my third grade teacher saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. She showed me that struggling wasn't an indicator that I was bad at math. It was proof that I was learning. The lesson changed my life. With time and effort, what I once saw as a weakness became my strength. Now, as a teacher, I carry that lesson forward. I make sure my students know that mistakes aren't failures, they're stepping stones to success. I create a classroom where they feel safe to take risks and to push past self-doubt. But above all, I remind my students that facing challenges doesn't mean something isn't worth pursuing. The very thing that challenges you today might define your success tomorrow. One day, what once felt like your biggest hurdle could become your greatest asset. So, I leave you all with this challenge. Go back to your schools and your communities and help break the myth of being STEM-minded. Encourage curiosity, celebrate effort. Remind students that STEM isn't about having all of the answers. It's about having the courage to find them. Together, we can create a future where every student believes STEM is for them. Thank you.
Next up, we have Miss Crystal Blanton. Crystal is a math interventionist and math coach from Lugoff Elgin Middle School out of the Kershaw County. She has been teaching for 14 years and is this year's finalist from Region 2.
Good morning, everybody. I am honored to be recognized as the Region 2 2025 South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year. With this recognition comes a platform, one that I believe can transform the way we approach STEM education. So what is my focus? My focus is making math a more intentional and visible part of STEM learning. I mean, you all know the M in STEM stands for math. We know that math is embedded within all STEAM activities, whether it's engineering builds, scientific experiments, or coding projects. But too often, students don't realize just how critical the math is to their overall success. They use math without fully understanding its power and relevance. My mission is to help educators intentionally highlight the math concepts within their STEM lessons. I want teachers to actively point out algebra, geometry, and the problem-solving skills that are embedded within their projects. When students see the connections, they engage more deeply and develop a stronger appreciation for mathematics. For example, in my classroom, I implemented the Mini Zoo Animal Project, where students design an animal using engineering principles. They calculate the surface area and volume. The project seamlessly blends math with technology, research, and creativity, making math come alive in a tangible and exciting way for students. But this work shouldn't stop in math or STEM classrooms. I will advocate for cross-disciplinary collaboration, ensuring that math is reinforced across all subject areas, including the arts, physical education, and special education classrooms. When students see math everywhere, they gain confidence in using it in their everyday lives. If we commit to this intentional approach, we can improve student math achievement, increase engagement, and empower more young minds to pursue STEM careers. In closing, math is not just numbers on a page. It is the foundation of innovation. By making it visible and relevant, we can help students unlock their full potential. Let's build a future in South Carolina where every student sees math not as a challenge, but as a tool for their success. Thank you.
All right. Next up, I'd like to introduce Michelle Spigner. Michelle is a biology teacher at Spring Valley High School out of Columbia. She has 22 years of experience and is a teacher and is this year's finalist from Region 3. Michelle?
Good morning. I'm going to have to use my teacher voice. I am very honored to be the Region 3 STEM teacher finalist this year. And after 22 years in teaching science, in particular biology and research, I have seen the impact that STEM teaching can have on students for the rest of their lives. And even today, many of my students come back and tell me, even if they're not in STEM careers, how much understanding science has really helped them succeed in their careers, no matter what it is, and also to be better informed citizens and make better decisions. And so I fully believe that STEM education is vitally important for the future of our state of South Carolina and our country. All students need to be exposed to very high-level STEM education in order for them to become confident in themselves and decisions they make for their personal lives, but also for decisions they make for their families, for their workforces, no matter what it is. And hopefully they would go into STEM careers, but even if they didn't, the knowledge that they have can take them through the rest of their lives, and they can continue to spread it to other people they come in contact with. So I very much love my job because I get to help students realize the importance of science every day, and I see it in their faces and I hear it from them. I love my job, and I think that there are many ways that teachers can incorporate STEM education into their classrooms. One of the things that I have become very interested in lately is project-based learning. And project-based learning is a type of instructional strategy that teachers can use to help to encourage all students, all levels of students from all grades, become fully engaged in the science, technology, engineering, and math process, and be able to become confident in not only their science knowledge, but also the soft skills that are important for success in life: communication, working together, solving problems. All of the things that students will incorporate and use in their lives through project-based learning, they can come across these strategies and learn how to deal with problems. And project-based learning is just something, like I said, that as a platform, I would love to encourage all teachers to become more knowledgeable about. And I would love to help people understand what project-based learning is and to help break down the sort of misconception that it's a lot of work and maybe not worth it, because it totally is. And my students that have done project-based learning, learning in my class not only become very self-confident in their science knowledge, but also have become more self-confident in themselves as people. And that is what I would like to say. So thank you very much, and have a great one. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next up, we have Caitlin TeBrock. Caitlin is a Project Lead the Way STEM teacher at Socastee Elementary out of Horry County. She has 17 years of teaching experience and is this year's Region 4 finalist. Caitlin.
Thank you. It's truly an honor to stand before you today as the Coastal PD Regional Finalist for South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year. STEM education isn't just my profession, it is my passion. My platform, Building Our Future Through STEM, Inspiring Lifelong Learning and Global Impact, reflects my belief that STEM is more than a set of subjects, it is a mindset. One that fosters curiosity, resilience, and problem solving. I am incredibly lucky to teach the most amazing child development through 5th grade students at Socastee Elementary School, where we are currently a finalist for the Palmetto's Finest Award. In my classroom, learning is hands-on, creative, and filled with real-world connections. Whether my students are programming robots to solve challenges, designing prosthetics using recycled materials, or building space science exhibits, they're not just building technical skills, they're also strengthening essential life skills like collaboration, communication, and perseverance. More importantly, I teach my students to be compassionate, ethical problem solvers who use their knowledge to make a difference. STEM isn't just about building things, it's about building a better world. My impact as a STEM educator goes beyond the walls of my classroom. As a lead STEM teacher for Horry County Schools, I work alongside my colleagues to ensure that all students, regardless of their background, have access to high-quality STEM learning experiences. Through mentoring students in competitions, organizing community STEM events, and connecting young learners with industry professionals, I strive to broaden their vision of what's possible for their future. If chosen as South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year, I will continue to be a fierce advocate for STEM education that is engaging, inclusive, and transformative. My mission is to inspire a generation of thinkers and problem solvers, young minds who will lead with innovation, empathy, and commitment to making a meaningful impact on the world.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank you. Our final finalist for this year is Angela Fletcher. Angela is a Gateway to Technology teacher at Hanahan Middle School in Berkeley County. She is in her 16th year teaching, and she is this year's Region 5 finalist. So, Angela.
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. As a proud graduate of Berkeley County School District, where I attended kindergarten through 12th grade, I'm honored to say that I am deeply rooted in South Carolina. It is truly an honor to be a finalist for South Carolina STEM Teacher of the Year. I am convinced that by prioritizing technology and hands-on learning in our classrooms, we can create a dynamic educational experience that not only engages students, but also enhances their understanding of STEM subjects. I believe that interactive tools such as VEX Robotics, Microbits, interactive games, and CAD software are essential to achieving this goal. These platforms not only enhance the delivery of content, but also foster collaboration, creativity, and crucial problem-solving skills among students. One of the key factors for my selection is the emphasis on engagement. Interactive tools such as games turn learning into an enjoyable experience, making intricate STEM concepts easier to grasp and more enjoyable. This gamified strategy greatly enhances student involvement and improves knowledge retention. Collaboration is another key element. The Project Lead the Way curriculum and VEX Robotics encourages students to work together and project design and problem solving, preparing them for real-world teamwork scenarios. Additionally, hands-on learning through CAD software allows students to delve into 3D design and modeling, bridging the gap between theory and practice. This experience is crucial in STEM education, and it helps students to visualize and manipulate complex concepts. By harnessing the power of these interactive tools, I am able to create an engaging and dynamic learning environment that inspires students to explore and excel in STEM fields, equipping them with the skills necessary for their future careers. Thank you.
Before I announce this year's South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year, I did want to say thank you and congratulations to all of our finalists. I think you all realize how much dedication and energy it takes to even get to this point. So I won't build any tension here. I'll go ahead, but if my fingers will work. So. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2025 STEM Educator of the Year winner is Angelique Petrowski.
To say that I'm speechless is an understatement. I'm incredibly honored and humbled to serve this state as the new South Carolina STEM Educator of the Year. I owe a huge thanks to my family, my parents, my aunt, my husband, my son, who have come to join us today. My STEM coordinator is one of my dearest friends. All of my students, my colleagues, my administration, everyone back at Green Charter Schools, this one's for you. And to the third grade teacher, Ms. Coppola, none of this would have happened without you And I never got to tell you that. I was too late. But this one's for you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to our 2025 STEM Educator of the Year, Angelique Petrosky. It is no secret that we've had a change with the South Carolina Coalition for Mathematics and Science in our last year. We welcome here for the first time our new Executive Director, Catherine Mulholland. She is, in her role, leading initiatives that are aimed at expanding STEM opportunities for educators and students across our state. Throughout her career in STEM outreach and education, Catherine has applied her instructional expertise across a wide range of settings, working with students from elementary through high school, as well as at the university level and adult learners. Will you please welcome to the platform for the first time to give our closing remarks, our Executive Director, Catherine Mulholland.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you today. Before we go any further, let's take one more moment to congratulate our Growing in STEM grant winners. Our regional finalists, and our STEM Educator of the Year. Your dedication and impact on students across South Carolina is truly inspiring. Thank you for all the work that you do. I also want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for being here today, our students, educators, industry leaders, and policymakers. Your presence and commitment to STEM education makes a real difference. And of course, a huge thank you to our sponsors whose support makes this event and so much more of the work that we do possible. As we close out this year's STEM Education Day at the Capitol, we celebrate the power of STEM, the foundation of problem solving, innovation, and discovery. STEM is everywhere. It's in the technology that we rely on, the infrastructure that supports us, the data that drives decisions, and the patterns that reveal solutions. Today, we've heard incredible stories from educators and leaders who are shaping the future of STEM in South Carolina. Their work, your work, ensures that every learner has the opportunity to explore, grow, and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. Thank you for your commitment to STEM education. Thank you for inspiring our next generation of thinkers, problem solvers, and innovators. And thank you for being here today to celebrate the role of STEM in shaping our future. Let's keep building, keep learning, and keep making the difference together. Thank you.